Welcome to the Emerging Professional Series at the Coffee Conversation Show powered by the Emerging India Forum TIF and a tech partner Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is Clouds, Code and Security. We are with us Hemant Acharya, Consultant Advisor. Hmm? So from a seasoned product and technology leader with over 15 years of cross-continental experience, Hemant from building and scaling products and solutions at the intersection of semiconductor, firmware, and cloud to mentoring startups and collaborating with VCs. He's not just building products, he's engineering ecosystems with a rich background spanning smart manufacturing, smart cities, and connected enterprises. He's driving transformation where business strategy meets cutting edge technology. Join us as we uncover the person behind the process, the strategist, the mentor, the innovator. So, welcome, Hemant, today's coffee conversation.
Thank you, Amir. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm looking forward to share some of the insights, the learnings that I have learned so far.
Wow. Okay. So let me explain you. There will be three rounds: professional journey, personal journey, and a surprise rapid fire where you will be in the hot seat and you have to be witty, fun, and quick, and here's inspiration, niche marketing.
Mhm.
So let's begin. Friends, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host at Coffee Conversation, legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, author
Mhm.
of 15 books.
Mhm.
So, Hemant, how was the journey shaped up and what were the key defining moments you had?
Yeah, sure. So, my journey has been full of curiosity, excitements. Yes, there have been some pivotal movement. I think the very first one was getting the admission into BSc, computer application. So I was trying to get into engineering, but I couldn't get through because I missed the entrance exam, and I enrolled for a BSc Computer Application in National College, Mumbai. I passed out in 2005. So that was first defining moment. The second one was, I think I was looking for a job after my graduation, but I couldn't get any opportunity because no company came to the college that year, 2005. So I worked into IT recruitment for about a year, and I was still trying out how can I get into IT. One fine day, I came to know about an off-campus placement that was happening with Tech Mahindra. This was earlier known as Mahindra British Telecom. So
Mm.
that was the second key defining moment wherein I got entry into the IT world. Then I spent 5 years with Tech Mahindra, played a role, started as a developer. Then I led a team. I also contributed in delivery. I was a solution designer. So my IT career initial stage was about 6.5 years. So after Tech Mahindra, I moved to Infosys, but still there was something I felt, is missing. And then my next moment came, defining moment came when I decided that leave this corporate world and do an MBA. So I went for my full-time MBA. It was 1.5 years full-time MBA with Wellinkers, wherein I tried to unlearn some of the things that I have learned in my corporate career. I relearned a few things. I learned something new about business, marketing, sales, strategy, and all of that. So while I was doing my MBA, I was exploring, is it a way I can get into a renewable energy? And that's how I came across an article from Deloitte, and it said how IoT and AI is being used for maintenance of this solar farm. And I got an idea to do my project, an IoT venture to monitor the dental chair for the dentist. So that is how I got break after my MBA into startup world, and I spent worked with three startups almost like 6 7 years, and then my current company, a recent company rather, Vantiva, wherein I spent again 5 years working with them into product management, managing their partnership with startup ecosystem. So yes, so the entire journey had few moments which shaped my career and where I am today. It has also helped me to keep curious and taught me to be adaptable. I believe that it is still a journey for me, and I'm still looking forward. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, so let's dive deep into the conversation, Hemant. How do you balance innovation with business pragmatism, especially in deep tech ecosystems?
Mhm. So when you say deep tech, deep tech typically has a very long development cycle, and plus the stakes are very high. So it is very, very important that you balance innovations and business pragmatism. Okay, so I believe there are three things one should keep in mind. The first is basically clarity on the problem that the deep tech is solving. So deep tech is not about technology, but we should really pick up one problem that it is solving. Okay, so that's one. The second most important thing is you should have a discipline for iteration. By that, what I mean is you should try to break down your milestone into chunks, like you start with POC, you do an MVP, and then you roll out a scale project, a scale product or a solution. Now, the reason I'm saying that the deep tech, given that it has a long development cycle, the resources are finite, so we have to ensure that we are utilizing them very thoughtfully, and it should be fruitful also. So that's second. And the third thing is, in the deep tech, you need visionaries, okay? But at the same time, you need a pragmatist who can ask questions like the solution or the product that you are building, will it work? Will it scale? And will it be profitable or not? Okay. So, all in all, I think it is very important that you maintain the balance, but this balance should not be looked at as a compromise, but it should be looked at as some kind of a driver, so that you have a product which is actually solving a real world problem.
Wow, beautiful. So, Hemant, as per your experience, you have worked in both startup and corporate settings.
Mhm.
What are the key differences in how innovation is approached in each?
So I think in startups, since startups are nimble finite resources, with finite resources, you have to do things very fast. Okay, at times you have to wear multiple hats. You are not only a product manager, but you are also doing some tech work, trying stuff on your own. If you fail, you go back and you start again. You are allowed to fail fast in the startup ecosystem. But when you go into an enterprise, what happens is there are processes that are there. There is a structure that is there which you need to follow, and then plus there is a layer of stakeholders that you need to manage. So while you may have your own vision about the product and the solution, we have to ensure that the stakeholder also buy in to your vision and your entire plan, vision and value and everything. So I think that's the main difference. While startup is agile and nimble, there is more structure in the enterprise setting.
Wow. Okay. So, Hemant, my next question. You have led product initiatives in areas ranging from firmware to AI and IoT. What
Mhm.
does product leadership mean to you in such evolving spaces?
So, firmware, IoT, AI, these are all cutting edge technologies. And because of that, this space is exciting as well, But being exciting, it also brings its own sets of challenges and complexity and demands as well. Okay. Now, for instance, one has to ensure, as a product leader, you have to ensure that you're sticking to a right problem that you're solving, and the problem should be viable, it should be feasible, and it should be desirable to the customer as well, meaning it should be something which customer wants. Okay. Then there is chaos, which as a leader you have to manage. The chaos is with respect to frameworks, with respect to protocol, with respect to regulations as well. So not only you have to keep up with them, but you have to also sometimes, anticipate all of this in beforehand itself. So what I have learned is basically if you interact with your cross-functional team often, you rely on your team, that helps you in a lot of this. Okay. The third thing which I believe is critical leadership aspect is resilience and iteration. Meaning you have to keep your team motivated so that they iterate, they learn, they refine, and they ensure that they keep up with the vision, so they keep their vision in mind while they are doing this. So this is what I think is critical from product leadership perspective.
Wow. Okay. Let's go memory down lane. Can you walk us through one product journey that you're particularly proud of from ideation to market launch?
Yeah, sure. So this was one product, a mobile app basically, which helped end user set up their 5G internet device without any assistant. So when we at Vantiva, when we came up with 5G devices, one of the insights that we got from customers, basically operator, is the end customer is slightly afraid of using a 5G gateway. The main reason being they had apprehensions whether this 5G cellular internet devices can give same bandwidth as our fiber internet devices. So that was one. The second was because this apprehension exists, the telco has to sell installers so that they can install the device at end user place. So we conceptualized the mobile app with a VR based guidance. So this not only gave confidence to the end user that they can self set up, okay, but it also helped reduce the installer visit. So I think this product, which is like recently I led at Vantiva, I'm proud of.
Wow. So, Hemant, according to what's the biggest misconception people have about building IoT or AI driven products?
Uh, so I think the biggest misconception is that these are technology driven, uh, uh, but these are not whole technology. As I said earlier also, we should focus on products, okay, which is very important. You are solving the right problem with your product. That is very, very important, because if there is no customer to buy that product with the latest technology, it's just a noise, it doesn't make sense. The second important thing is, I think, the complexity of development. Now, what happens is typically when we develop things, we forgot some of the aspect, like for example, certification. Like I was talking to one of the startups, and they said that they'll be ready with their IoT product in 6 months, but only to realize that the certification would take more 3 months, so which they have not factored in. So I think the development complexity has to be thought through before we make the plan and we make the commitment. So that's second important point. And the third one is the team, because team is one which will deliver. So we have seen that since the early stage startup is small, you should have diversity of skill set within your team, because this will help you deliver fast. The second, we have to ensure that there is no conflict between the co-founder, which is often seen in early stage startup, because of thinking process. And for doing that, I think for resolving all this, I think what we need is clear communication, so that not only the team but the entire co-founders and everybody are aligned to one thing that the team is trying to achieve. So that is very important in the early stage startup.
Wow. So, as you've mentored startups, what are some common pitfalls you see in early stage product development?
So the common pitfall is thinking that the technology will solve the problem, but it's not the technology will solve the problem. Rather, there are aspects with respect to the technology. Like if you take IoT as an example, so IoT will give you connectivity, but will it also ensure interoperability? Can it work at scale? That helps. If it is AI, what is the data that you are using to train the AI will define your success for the AI. Okay. The third thing is basically you should have a clear vision which is communicated and which is believed by the team. So I think this two things are very common pitfall that I have seen.
Wow. So, who has influenced you or has been a mentor uh, in your career?
So I think at each company, I had a mentor who had, pushed me, given me more responsibility, and those have helped me grow. Just to give you an example, I remember my senior delivery manager was always keeping me involved in all the customer discussions, So that has helped me grow in my first company, and in my recent company, it was my both my manager gave me enough autonomy to make decisions, to take ownership. So I think at each company, I had some mentor, some senior, who had helped me.
Wow. So, from your many challenges, what's the challenge you faced in your product development stage? What was it? How did you navigate? And what are the key learnings?
So I think, in the product space, the important thing is taking decisions, and taking decisions with what the data that is available with you. So I think taking fast decision, even if it means, that there are chances of failure, but you decide, because the more decision that you take, the more better you become at taking decisions, and more better you can deliver your feature or your product. So I think one thing which I learned is, taking fast decision with whatever data, because analysis leads to paralysis, as it says, so too much thinking doesn't help. Taking decision with whatever data helps and move you forward. So idea is basically you should take decision and keep moving forward.
Beautiful. So, Hemant, how do you envision the intersection of cloud, AI, and IoT reshaping industries in the next 5 years?
So I think today, as we see, the cloud is providing the data, access to the data at scale. So while IoT devices are providing you all the data, the cloud is helping you get that data. Just to give an example, in manufacturing, today, because of the cloud, we are able to reduce the downtime by almost 30%. uh, Enterprises are able to predict the machine maintenance and failure beforehand. So that's what something is happening. The second thing is the edge computing, which works in hand with cloud computing. Now, edge is very important in use cases like autonomous car, in use cases like, self-driven cars and vehicles. Okay. Now, for example, in healthcare setting, you trained your data in the cloud, but your model runs in the device itself. So while your healthcare device monitor the critical parameters real time, it can identify some diagnosis. It can run basically diagnosis locally, and then it can send the data to the cloud, wherein the cloud can determine whether you need to change your prescription, or whether a doctor needs to see you again. So that hand in hand intervention, or hand in hand edge complementing the cloud, is second thing which is happening. The third thing is data driven decisions. So with the data, you are now able to make real time decisions. So for example, in logistic, based on weather, based on traffic conditions, we can now, autonomous agent can tell, whether you need to reroute or not, for example. So that's another thing that I see happening. The third thing is personalization. So with data, you now see in-store personalization, because now with the data and your shopping habits, the store is able to recognize you. It can give you in-person recommendation, in-person personalized offers, for example. So that is happening. And then there is security and governance. So with all this data, the important part is governance. Important part is security as well. So AI is taking part in ensuring that there is fraud detection that is happening. There is security breaches that are being detected using AI as well. So I think these are five areas which is shaping up now.
Wow. So my last question for your professional journey around, what advice would you give to young professionals who want to enter uh, as a product development or as a consultant for IoT, AI, cloud-based application
So
level?
yeah, I think growing up, I was as with any youngster, you are very agile and very energetic to deliver things. You don't look things from holistic perspective. By that, what I mean is, what is the problem we are trying to solve? What is customer that is wanting? Okay, so basically focusing on problem and then validating whether that problem is a real problem for the customer. So I would tell my younger self to spend more time with the customer to see if the problem is really a problem, if there is some underlying meaning which we are not able to understand. The second thing I would tell is take fast decision, because I know I have there have been instances where I just sat over some decisions which wasn't needed. So I think taking fast decision with whatever data that is available, not be afraid of failure, and considering failure as a learning stepping stone, basically. So I think this is what I will tell my younger self.
So let's go to the next round and understand Hemant as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years.
So my family has my parents, and I have a sibling, a sister. Now wife, and I have a 7-year-old son. My parents stays in Bombay, and we are based in Pune at present. We came here for work, so I'm here for work.
Wow. Okay. So let's go to your days at Wellinger Institute of Management. What were your experiences, memories over there?
So Wellinger was, as I said, it is also one of the key defining moment, because it gave me insight into the corporate world. It helped me understand how the corporate world work, how the decisions are taken, what are some processes, strategy, sales, marketing. I was able to learn that, in Wellinkers. I also was able to network with some great folks who have been my mentor. I can look up to, I can talk to both professors and my batchmate as well. So yes, it's been like learning, unlearning, and relearning experience at Wellinkers.
Wow. So was it hobby or passion which helps you to unwind and recharge?
I think um, I like to go for a walk without headphones. So that's something which helps me unwind and relax. So I enjoy my long walks.
Wow. So who's that biggest cheerleader from your family and friends who have supported you in your career?
So I think my parents for sure, and now my wife and my kid also is 7 years old, but he keeps telling me, "You're doing good, Daddy. You're doing good," and all of that. So yes, so it's my family, my parents earlier, and now my wife and my kid.
Wow. So which is a book or movie which has left a lasting impact on you?
So I think one book is Tuesday with Morris. That has lasting impact because it gives you a real essence of what living means. So living is not about uh, you know being materialistic, but living is all about thinking about others as well. While you reach to your height, you should also ensure that you are taking a few people along with you, deserving guys. So it's all about life. So that's one book I think I recommend to many people as
Wow. So any childhood memory that still makes you smile or fuels your creativity?
well. I think many, but one I remember. I used to enjoy electronics. I used to collect all these small motors, wires, and some uh, music boards actually. And I used to try and integrate all of that. So that I think habit is still there today. Also, when my kid's toy break, I am the first one. In fact, he reaches out to me and says, "Can you fix this, Dad? I know you can fix this." And at work also, this has stayed with me. So whenever there is new tool, new app, I ensure that I'm trying it. Now it is vibe coding, so I'm trying my hands at vibe coding as well. So yes, I think that's one thing which is there, which I keep trying to do.
Wow. So, so what are your plans for 2025, Hemant, personally and professionally?
So professionally, I am trying to explore some new avenues. As you know, I was into product management. I left my current company in Jan, so I'm exploring some new avenues in 2025. Personally, I would like to do an international trip this year. So that is what I'm looking forward to.
Wow. So my last one is a googly one. Describe Hemant in one line.
So I think my friends and my manager call me Mr. Dependable. I think they know that if something they assign me to do or they ask me to do, they can rest assured that it will be done. So I think Mr. Dependable.
Wow. So let's put you in the hot seat, Hemant. The rapid fire round. AI or IoT? What's your favorite space to play in?
I think AI, because that is giving a lot of insights. That is has power to elevate lives of millions of people who are still in tier two, tier three. So I think AI for social impact. Yes.
One word that defines your journey.
Uh, I think one word I would say self motivation. I keep myself motivated. I'm sort of optimist. So yeah,
Your favorite color.
it's blue.
Go to comfort food.
It's dal and rice.
Yeah. Best ये Mumbaikar restaurant you would recommend.
Uh, the best Mumbaikar, I think Mahesh Lunch Home. They serve some yummy food and fish dishes.
Wow. Okay. Best piece of advice received.
Best piece of advice received is, uh, I think, basically to listen more and talk less, which I follow very religiously. So
Wow.
after this was during my college days. So it has helped me in my corporate life as well, professional life as well. So now I ensure that I listen more and talk less.
Wow. You're an early bird or a night owl?
I am a early bird. I cannot stay awake at night for long. In fact, I declined a lot of opportunity because it involved working late nights. I need my night sleep, but I can wake up as early as 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. So yeah,
Okay. Tea or coffee to recharge?
I think I'll go with tea. That's my favorite. I'm a tea person rather than a coffee person.
Wow. So listen. So you did well, Hemant. And here's the book, Niche Marketing, which will be autographed and sent to you. So,
Thank you.
friends, it was a lovely conversation having with Hemant Acharya. Uh, so, all those young professionals out there who want to build a career or be a consultant in for product development, project management for IoT, AI, and cloud-based applications. So, watch the episode where Hemant has shared a lot of insights. He's gone through this journey. Uh, yeah. So, like that, there are 500 plus coffee speakers who have shared their inspiring journeys. Subscribe to the Coffee Corner Show, and if you're featured like Heyman, visit our website, the Emerging India Forum or LinkedIn page, the Emerging India Forum, or connect with one of the coffee speakers who would put in a word to invite you as a guest speaker on the Coffee Corner Show to continue a conversation or a cup of coffee. So, take care. Thank you. We meet with another coffee speaker.
Thank you.